Hi guys, I'm Abraham. Today we'll learn more stuff on or about strings. So let's begin. Let's begin with how to declare a multi-line string. Just use the three quotation marks, single or double. So for example, let's have parag, for example, and I will have something like this. And here we'll have my string. So for example, blah, 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 then also blah, blah, blah. And that's a multi-line string. There's also another way, which is using the regular single quotation marks. I mean, only one single quotation marks. And escaping wide characters, then create a new line. For example, blah, blah, and blah. Then insert a new line. Then there's two ways you can escape like this, or continue in the same line. Anyway, let's print these variables. Parag and so let's compile that, and as you can see, there's two. This is the first one, the parag variable, and this is the p variable. Okay, so there's two ways you can choose either one. So this is multi-line string, right? Then what we will do now is to see or to learn the membership operation in strings. So membership, I guess like this, membership operations. So there are two, in and, so and is not with it, so let's and not in. So these are the membership operators. So in returns true if some subset of a string is if a character or a string is contained within other string, and not is the inverse. So something like this will return, for example, k in Khalil, for example, will return true because k actually is a character in the string Khalil. So this will return true. If I do something like this, then something like this, then the output will be false because there's no O in this string. So this is how to check if some subset of a string is contained within a string. Not in is the inverse, so will inverse O not in Khalil will return true. And if we do, for example, k not in Khalil will be false because it is. So these called Boolean values, false and true. This is Boolean. There's just one thing you need to remember with working with Boolean values. The keyword in Python is always capitalized in false and true. So let's just print. You can have string or character. So let's do is in my name is, and for example, Adam. So this will return true because is in this string. Okay, let's compile, and what we got, true. So this is membership operations. in and not in. Let's have another example. We're using not in, for example. For example, year not in my name is Adam, which is true. Let's move on to formatting a string. There are a couple of ways to do it. One way is the old school method, or let's say formatting. If you've done some programming with C, this is very easy. If you have done programming with C, because it's so similar, you do something like %, then your data type represented by some letter, for example, S for string, and for example, I think for integer, D for digits, F for float, I think, yeah, for float, so on and so forth. Then you have this %, then your tuple here with all the values you need to enter. So here should be some string, here should be an integer, here other integer, and here should be the precision, I guess, then the float. So let's have an example. For example, I want to print, or let's say introduction to myself, for example, and I will have I am, then for example S, I will have my name here, for example, and then I will have my age here, years old, then I'll have my for example, my salary, I don't know, my salary is then some float, and let's put some numbers, some variables here. So my name is, let's say, John. I'm like 25. My salary is, for example, $52,000, for example, and I will have a $sign here, and I will have 2 digits of precision. So if I want to have 2 digits of precision, I do the dot, then the asterisk, then I will have my precision here. For example, 2, this is the precision, which means 2 digits after the dot, after 2 decimal points. Yeah, 2 decimal points. So let's print that. Print introduction. Then you can see that it outputs, I'm John, I'm 25 years old, my salary is $52,000. So this is one way. The other way is using the formatting, the formats method. Format method. I kind of like this way because there are multiple ways to achieve the same thing using the format method. So one way is the basic formatting. It goes like this. So let's have this variable, which is blob, let's say blob. And if you want to use the basic formatting, you'll have to use these curly braces, then dots, which means I'm gonna use some method, which is format method, and I will have my variables here. For example, let's do 12, then for example plus, and I will have, for example, 12, 5, 12 plus 5. And if we print, for example, this blob variable, we will get 12 plus 5 equals 17, which is a great way of formatting your method, your string. So there are also other types. So if I want, for example, this 12 to be here and this 5 to be here, I can use the positional index. So this has a 0 index, so I'll have it here, for example, and this have a 1 index, so I'll have it here, and this will output the same result. This is basic formatting, formatting like that. Yeah. There's also named placeholders, and keyword arguments. So named placeholders are something like, you can like have some dictionary. Let's have my dictionary, let's say data, and my dictionary will hold, for example, the first name, which is, for example, David, last name, for example, and let's say last name, which is SA, and I can format my string something like this: print, for example, then first, last, dot format. Then I'll pass my dictionary. Then I'll pack my dictionaries in the double asterisk, which means I'm gonna unpack these dictionaries to correspond this first to David and last to Sa. So if we execute this code, we'll get David.sa. David Sa. Or you can have also a keyword argument. Let's print the same example, but now with keyword arguments. Let's have first, then last, dot format. Then here I can have first to be my string here, Khalil, and my last name to be, for example, Berry. I don't know. Let's do Berry. So I'll get Khalil Berry. Yeah. So there are a lot of ways to achieve the same thing with the format method. You can also do crazy sophisticated stuff with using this method, like adding padding to a string or slicing it, or using parameterization, which are beyond the scope of this video. The other way is f-string formatting, which is my favorite. This is very simple, and the syntax is you use f, then your string, then you put your variables or expressions between these curly parentheses. So I can have something like name here, which is defined above, which is Abraham. Name is a web developer. Let's say he's a web developer. Then he's, for example, age here, he's years old. And if I print it, I'll get Abraham is a web developer, he's 17 years old. I can have also expressions here, for example, let's do, upper will convert the string to all, will capitalize your string. And anyway, you can do anything right here, expression, math, anything. And yeah, I'll get a nice result. So this is f-string. Anyway, thank you for watching, and please support me by subscribing to the channel. See you later.